Searching for local businesses in Northwest Arkansas just got easier. From restaurants to roofers, boutiques to baristas, FindItNWA.com connects you to the best local businesses with just one click. Discover something local, something great. Visit FindItNWA.com today. Find it fast, find it local, FindItNWA.com.
It's time for another episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas, the podcast covering the intersection of business, culture, entrepreneurship, and life in general here in the Ozarks. Whether you are considering a move to this area or trying to learn more about the place you call home, we've got something special for you. Without further ado, here's our fearless host, Randy Wilburn.
Welcome to a special episode of the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I want to pause and share something from the heart, something rooted in history, in community, and in the choices we make every day. You know, I had the opportunity to attend an event this weekend hosted by the Martin Luther King Jr. Council as part of their annual celebration right here in Northwest Arkansas. The theme this year is embracing our beloved community. That idea of a beloved community is more than just a slogan, it's a call to action. In this episode, I want to bring you a few reflections from one of Dr. King's most powerful and prophetic speeches, delivered in Memphis the night before he was assassinated in 1968. I'll also share some stories from this very podcast that remind us the beloved community isn't just an idea, it's something being built right here in Northwest Arkansas every day by people who choose service over self. On April 3rd, 1968, Dr. King spoke to a group of sanitation workers in Memphis, Tennessee. He was tired, the weather was bad, and he almost didn't speak that night. But what he delivered became known as his mountaintop speech, a deeply spiritual and courageous message that still speaks to us today. In that speech, Dr. King reflected on the story of the Good Samaritan. He challenged us to stop asking, "What will happen to me if I help?" and instead ask, "What will happen to them if I don't?" I'd like to read that excerpt now in my own voice because these words continue to guide us even now. The first question that the Levite asked was, "If I stop to help this man, what will happen to me?" But then the Good Samaritan came by and he reversed the question. "If I do not stop to help this man, what will happen to him?" That's the question before you tonight. Not if I stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to my job? Not if I stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to all of the hours that I usually spend in my office every day and every week as a pastor. The question is not if I stop to help this man in need, what will happen to me? The question is, if I do not stop to help the sanitation workers, what will happen to them? That's the question. Let us rise up tonight with a greater readiness. Let us stand with a greater determination, and let us move on in these powerful days, these days of challenge to make America what it ought to be. We have an opportunity to make America a better nation. Those words, if I do not stop to help this man, what will happen to him? That's the question. And over the past 400 plus episodes of this podcast, I've had the honor of talking to people right here in Northwest Arkansas who have asked themselves that very question and then acted on it. These aren't just leaders or founders. They're neighbors. They're community builders. They're people who didn't look away. Here are just a few of their stories. Nathan Bogart, immigration attorney, from episode 338. Nathan helps immigrants and asylum seekers navigate a legal system that's confusing, unforgiving, and often stacked against them. For many of his clients, he's not just a lawyer, he's the one person standing between them and losing everything. That's the work of the beloved community. Mike Thompson and Lynn Wong, Pedal Pops and Pedal Park, on episode 326. Mike and Lynn left behind corporate careers to create Pedal Pops and Pedal Park, not just to sell fruit pops, but to build a space where people can gather, connect, and support one another. Their business is built on inclusion and collaboration, a model of what it means to serve through entrepreneurship. Canopy NWA, the refugee resettlement episode, number 319. Since 2016, Canopy NWA has welcomed more than 900 refugees to this region, helping them not just survive, but thrive, from housing and education to youth programs and business support. Their long welcome approach reminds us that building community takes time, intention, and love. Peter Norman from Cred Legal Clinic, from episode 303. Peter Norman launched a legal clinic that offers free support to small businesses and nonprofits, especially in rural areas. He's also training a new generation of lawyers to lead with empathy and justice. He saw a need, and instead of waiting, he filled it with heart and with purpose. And last but not least, Sean Schwartzman from Potter's House, episode 297. Sean and his team at Potter's House have transformed an old school into a space where relationships flourish across lines of race, class, and culture. Their programs are built on proximity, getting close enough to understand, to connect, and to care. That's what it looks like to love your neighbor in action. These are just 5 stories out of hundreds. Each one reminds us the beloved community is real, and it's growing right here in Northwest Arkansas. So I'll ask you the same question Dr. King asked that night in Memphis. What will happen to them if I do not stop to help? This week, ask yourself, who in your life, your workplace, your neighborhood needs someone to show up? What small step can you take to make Northwest Arkansas, or wherever you are, a place of deeper belonging, equity, and care? Maybe it's reaching out to a neighbor. Maybe it's supporting a local nonprofit. Maybe it's just listening more deeply. Listen, Dr. King closed his mountaintop speech with hope. Hope that we could rise up with greater readiness, stand with greater determination, and make America what it ought to be. That hope lives on, not just in speeches, but in stories. And I'm so grateful to share those stories with you on a regular basis. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for listening, and thank you for choosing in your own way to stop and help. Until next time, take care and keep building the beloved community right where you are, especially right here in Northwest Arkansas. I'm Randy Wilburn, and I'll see you right here next week. Peace and love.